Right. Good morning, everyone. One more time. Okay, I don't see any new faces, so no need to do any introductions. And let me start from sharing my screen. And yeah, here is the list of topics we had, and all of them from previous meetings, from Regina's UX review meeting. And I also wanted to add one topic to discuss 1.9 release. And I know that Shobik has not joined today, and I don't see Jan. So usually they have things they want to discuss. If they're not here, in this case, I think we can start from maybe UX topics first, finish them, and then talk about 1.9 release. Sounds good?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. In this case, maybe Regina, can you take over and maybe walk us through remaining UX issues?
Sure. 1 second. So the first one is just redesigning the action buttons in the application list view. This was opened in October, but it's just I don't think we have like Serena or Bo in this meeting, but it's just kind of trying to get more ideas for better ways that we could display this.
And do you remember, is it just for this one page, or is it for kind of a generic issue which exists everywhere?
I think this one is probably specific for this page, or like these two pages, especially this this list view. It hides them in an overflow menu, and I don't think that that's very good at UI.
Understood. Yeah. And I see, yeah, it's very specific. Okay, and I think it's a good topic for new UX Slack channel for people who have an opinion about UI. I agree. We
Yeah.
won't make a decision about it right now. Okay, I guess we
Yeah.
can just move on to the.
And then the next one, expose sync reentry options on the app creation. This one I think is being worked on right now by Shubham.
Cool.
Yeah. So I haven't updated this one before. I think Shubham has been working on it the past couple of days.
Okay, if it's in progress, I can just add it
Yeah.
into milestone at least. I cannot. All right, I can. All right, I will need to switch to different GitHub. Okay, thank you. And then next one is UX flow from Josh. I do not think it's not a URL. So basically we need Josh to speak about it since there is no URL.
I don't think he is on this call right now.
Yeah, I don't see him either. All right. And
if we could talk about one more quick UX thing, can I share for a second?
Go for it.
Okay. So can you see this? Okay, so this is the status badge, and I was redesigning this to fit Patternfly colors because the issue with it was that it doesn't fit the WebAIM standards for contrast. So this would be what it would look like if we went with the Patternfly colors for like the words in the background. So does this work with like Argo CD like design pattern? Like, is this too out of place with like the colors? Just wanted to get some feedback on it really quick. This would be like a pretty simple change. It would only be for the colors, really.
I personally, I would not have any objections. It feels like, much similar to what we had before, but better readability. So, but I want to hear someone else's opinion as well. I'm not the strongest UX UI focus person.
Maybe put it on the Slack channel for people to vote. Yeah, I don't have any strong opinion on that either.
But I feel like if I remember it right, we agreed to start from beige, and then if beige goes well, we apply the same colors everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, I think
I like the idea of William too. So
yeah,
just get
yeah.
some more information. So for my native non-designer eye, this looks great. So much better than the hard colors of how it is now.
Yeah.
Yeah, but sure. So it's a great idea to get some community feedback, I think.
Hey, Regina, can I ask a question? This is Bo from.
Oh, hey.
Hi.
I didn't know. Yeah. Hi.
It looks different here.
This is the current one.
Because the type looks funky. Is that not like the well, I call it the like tracking. It seems like are they like stretching to like the size of the.
Yes, it is. So like this one, basically, if this was only like sync, like it would stretch.
Can we not do that? Is it possible to have it either just aligned? It gets hard to read. That's my only comment. And it actually almost looks like buggy if it gets really. And it's
the shortest word that would be here is synced. So that would be like the biggest.
Can you not stretch it and just have it be?
Yeah, I can see if I can do that.
Yeah, this whole thing kind of generated programmatically. This SVG.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure we can just adjust text length and make it shorter.
Yeah, there would have to be something, maybe, because this would just change it. This is not changing it like dynamically based on the word.
Yeah, it's not yet changing. I feel like we can just see how much pixels one character takes and then calculate it.
Yeah. Okay.
Cool.
Okay, good feedback though. Thank you.
Color looks good though. Thank you.
Yeah, I was also the last thing was like, is it okay if they're both the same color? Because there must be like instances where this is also the same color, because I'm not changing any of the colors based on like their color. I don't know how to explain that. Like there are certain cases where like these would be the same color as is.
I think we have such cases right now, right? If everything is in sync and
healthy,
then so
okay,
that's okay to me. Yeah.
Okay.
So are you saying it's two separate kind of modules, but since they're the same color, it looks like one? Is that your concern?
Yes. Yeah.
Would you split it up to like two separate label type things? Or is it two related?
It's all supposed to be one SVG, is the thing.
Yeah, this thing is an image that people embed into README files or some websites.
Okay.
But
could you put like a pipe or a
I could probably try to do that. I think I could do that.
On another thought, so sorry for completely switching the context. Do we have a bug in the badge? Because you specify in the URL the revision is equals true, but there's no revision displayed. I was just wondering. So sorry for.
Is it
in the URL? So there's two modes of the badge.
Oh, right.
So one displays the revision it's actually synced to, and the other just displays the state as we see now. So it just says synced. So did we actually observe a bug?
This is all from this URL. I'm just doing it in like the web.
I think it might be a bug in Argo CD right now.
Okay.
That's what I was trying to say. So, but okay. So So sorry for hard switching the context.
Oh, no, that's okay. I was pretty much done. I don't know how this URL totally works, so I'm not sure if this is a bug or not.
It's supposed to show commit next to autosync, and it didn't. So, yeah.
Oh, right. Yes, it is supposed to show a commit
yeah.
ID there.
And definitely something broke.
I got this from the link on the issue itself.
The URL is correct. So
yeah, so I think it's a bug. Yeah. All right. Okay, I think we agreed basically we can maybe post this your image to Slack, and then I would just create pull request, honestly, for colors.
Okay.
Because I feel like there might be some suggestions, but I don't see dramatical changes.
Yeah, they're not that big. Okay, I'll do that. Thanks.
Okay. And then, okay, I will share my screen again. So I think that was last UX thing we wanted to discuss. Right. Okay. And I wanted to just talk about 1.9 milestone. And the reason is I think we're basically approaching the end of it, and just wanted to do this typical exercise. I wanted to just quickly talk about things that looks very important and we need some kind of status update, and then maybe just agreed on things that could slip, and we can move them to the next milestone. Yeah. So, and to be honest, this list is kind of it's long, but there are no extremely difficult things, and then some of them kind of hard to do, but they are not really blockers for release. Yeah, and but there was one thing which I wanted to talk, I think, with Jan, because I think, Jan, you worked on it before. So it was related to Argo CD repo server TLS issue. I'm trying to find the ticket in list right now.
it's just the one below this one.
This one? Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, so never mind. This, not this one, right? This is to disable TLS, and there was one more to. I just saw it. Yeah, this list. Okay, this one. Authentication health shell.
This one.
Yeah. So just for everyone. So the problem started. Okay, it has 20 thumbs ups. So it started in 1.8 release, and the problem was that sometimes Argo CD kind of stuck in a bad state, and it's unable to just. So the root cause was that controller cannot talk to repo server for some reason, and the error happened somewhere in Golang TLS authentication. So basically, we never found the real reason, but we implemented health check, which is kind of a good workaround. And the health check catches that situation and simply restart repo server, and that's it. But we never learned why this is happening. And I know, Jan, you worked on. The next attempt to fix it was to upgrade all dependencies, and it appears to be difficult to do because we use gRPC and Go and protobuf and go protobuf generator, and to move all of that to next version, I think we were supposed to get rid of go protobuf.
Right.
Yeah. And I think it's kind of it's open discussion. Right now, this ticket is not extremely. It's not like everything is broken. Health check does its work, and I think we just need to make a decision if we want to try to upgrade everything, get rid of go protobufs. So it's quite a code changes, but I think it could be not so.
Yeah, I think the problem with this issue is, so I was never able to reproduce it on one of my systems. So, and for some people it happens, and for some people it doesn't happen. So that makes this issue really, yeah, it's mind-blowing, right?
Yeah.
So because unless we have a way to reliably reproduce it, I think even if we go ahead and upgrade the dependencies we think might be the reason for this to happen, it's still not clear whether it will fix it, right? So
yeah, I feel like we can, Intuit can help a little bit, because we run a lot of Argo CDs. So we still see that issue in logs, only like maybe once every 2-3 days. So if we make changes, and then we will have some way to say if it helped or not. It won't, but we will have to wait longer than 2-3 days. Basically, if we make this change, and then if we release that change to all instances on Intuit, and then we wait for like a week, then we will be able to say. So it's kind of, yeah, we won't get immediate answer, yes or no, but there is a way to test it.
Yeah, okay, understood.
But at the same time, I agree, it's kind of, it's not so, at least I'm not extremely motivated to do it right now, because it feels like just restart works, but I think it's pretty bad tech debt.
Yeah, it is a bit, you're completely, I agree with you. So the thing is, getting rid of Gogo Proto, that's quite a bummer, right? It's really a lot of effort. So I don't know about the release timeline for V1.9. If it's next week, I'd say I'm not able to make it. If it's like 2 or 3 weeks in the future, I think it would be viable to do that. So I mean, I talked with Jesse, and I think we agreed that we should get rid of Gogo Proto anyway, because yeah, they're not maintained anymore, and yeah, so it's something we should do. I agree.
Okay, but I think, yeah, that's the exactly feedback I was looking for. So it seems like it won't be like a month of work, but it's still quite a lot of time.
Yeah.
And then I guess we need to make a decision offline. We're still planning, I guess, to release, hoping to release in like 1 or 2 weeks. In this case, I would just move it to 1.10. If it changes and we decide to release later, then we should maybe work on it. Cool.
Great.
Okay, thank you.
What we can also try is that's far quicker to upgrade Golang, because as I said, I'm not sure where the bug is, right? So no one is, but we can just, maybe we can do a build for Intuit using Golang 1.5. I don't know what the latest patch is.
And we would have to cherry pick it into, actually, if we're going to release 1.8, 1.9 soon, either way, then we can quickly test Golang update. You're right. Yeah, maybe it's an easier thing to do. Just upgrade Golang and proceed with release, and move this ticket to next release either way.
We can also give 1.8 build a try with Golang 1.5. I don't know how your internal release procedures are, so but we can discuss this offline. Sure.
Okay. Nice. Thank you. And so the next ticket was I wanted to discuss was about customize, basically. So we have this one. It's like an umbrella ticket to update tools versions, but I think Helm is straightforward. We already upgraded to latest Helm, and I think we will maybe send one more PR before releasing to upgrade to latest Helm. But customize is different. So recently, customize.4 got released, and it has a breaking change, and even Customize.3 latest patch release has bunch of breaking changes comparing to previous version of most recent version of Customize available in current Argo CD release. So basically that's why it's unclear which version we should upgrade to. So if we upgrade to Customize 1.4, a lot of Argo CD users will be in trouble because Customize.4 lose a feature that allows people to reference files using GoGetter. I think library is called GoGetter. If we upgrade to most recent 3.9 patch release, in this case, we will think it's better to me, but in this case, we're going to know that Argo CD goes out with not most recent version of Customize. And yeah, I wanted to hear your thoughts. So basically, what I'm thinking that upgrading to Customize, to latest Customize, to 4.0 version is bad idea because I think it really, this breaking change will make really difficult to use Argo CD with Customize for a lot of users. And I'm kind of proposing to just upgrade to most recent 3.9 patch version. And maybe just put an explanation into upgrade notes and explain why it's not 4.0. An explanation would sound like, sorry, 4.0 don't have feature that allows you to reference remote files, and that's why we won't use it for now. What do you think, guys? What?
I think so if you look at the failing CI tests of this PR, this is Customize also has introduced another breaking change in the command line interface, right? So I mean, we have the mechanisms for users to specify the customized version to use.
Right. Yes.
But moving up to, I'm not sure which version it was. I think it's mentioned in the PR.
Yeah, it's 3.9 something.
Yeah, and so this will basically break the possibility for users to switch the customized version, at least between these two breaking versions. So
oh yeah, I didn't talk about this, so it's like it's a separate problem, and I was thinking even if we upgrade to 3.9, we should do it in a backward compatible way. So I guess we will have to hard code the version that introduce behavior change and still support old versions. And I think, and the next even bigger problem is what do we do with Customize.4, because it's a completely, it's like a next level of backward incompatibility.
I think we need a better interface for Customize. This is probably the quintessence. So yeah, basically we need to work around through all these incompatibilities between the patch releases of Customize. It's
what do you think if for 1.9 release we simply, I guess, hard code backward incompatibility introduced in 3.9 version, do not upgrade to 4, and that's it. And then and I think we'll need to come up with a plan with a better way to support Customize in the next release.
Yeah, probably so as you're saying, so for 1.9, I think basically Customize 3.9 would be the default version, right? Or are you proposing to make?
Yeah, I'm proposing to keep it 3.9. Because I know that at least, so we're a user of Argo CD as well, and I know that we won't be able to use Argo CD if we have code that assume 4.0 version, because
Yeah. No, yeah, I fully agree with that. So the latest 3.9 for Argo CD 1.9 would be fine.
Mm-hmm.
I think it would be like suicide to you to ship 4.0 of customers.
I don't know if that's true or not, but my impression was that it feels like customize kind of, you can assume that customized version is stable if it's used in kubectl, because the bar is really high to get into kubectl, and I guess all the versions between this, the version that goes into kubectl are kind of considered unstable. That's my impression. As soon as customize is merged into kubectl, I think and then it will get some adoption, and then I think it's really safe to upgrade to that version. Before that happens, it's not really safe. Okay, and I think, and these are two big issues I found in the list of 1.9 release, and another not issue, but the big thing which we must do is to include the application set into Argo CD installation, and we already spoke about it. I think, yeah, there is no need to repeat that same conversation. And the rest of it, maybe I'm wrong, but I kind of went through all these tickets, and none of them is. There are things we must do, like upgrades and some bug fixes, but I'm pretty sure they will be done within a week or two. And okay, sorry, my bad. And there was one thing which we targeted for 1.8 release, and I think it won't be done. So there is a feature to optionally change how Argo CD track resources that were deployed by Argo CD. Basically to switch from label to annotation, but it's a feature request, and I think it just won't make into that release and will be moved into into the next release. And I don't see it as a blocker. So yeah. Okay, that's all I had for 1.9 release. I feel like we're really close to to get it done, and as you can see, most of the tickets already in progress, and in some previous meetings, people were struggling to find what to work on next because most of issues already in progress. Okay, I'm going to stop sharing my screen, and we have 30 minutes left. I think it's now free time. We can use it to chat about something, or maybe someone has topics that you didn't put into the list.
I'll take the first opportunity. Just in general question. So when we think about like continuous deployment, right? In general, we think about like the blueprint deployment model or canary. I see that for Argo CD, that is part of Argo rollouts. I'm sorry if it has been discussed previously or not. So let's say if I'm doing a talk on Argo CD, and then the question comes out, how do we do blue-green or canary deployment with Argo CD? I think one of the way of thinking is because blue-green or canary deployment is imperative. There's no built-in way from Kubernetes to use a declarative approach. But if we like to break it down simply, how customer could achieve the blue-green deployment or different rollout models, maybe with Argo CD or in conjunction with Argo rollouts, what would be a nice answer?
I feel like our position was that blue-green is no different from a rolling update. It's also imperative. A rolling update consists of a bunch of steps because you need to progress, from one pod and to 10 pods. Basically, you need to do 10 steps and create 10 pods. But blue-green just have more features. It requires more features like manual approval when you have to do the switch, and that's why if you have this type of situation, you need to stop using deployment and switch to something which support blue-green, And we have basically two options right now, either Argo rollout or Flagger. I guess that's the answer. So it's like Argo CD is not going to orchestrate step-by-step deployment, because that's not what it's supposed to do. It's basically just copying manifests from Git to cluster. Yeah, and you need something in a cluster that, like Argo rollout or Flagger, that support blue, green, or canary.
And sorry, I'll ask one more question. So another question I received was, how does Argo CD handle multi-tenancy? So if I have clusters in different zones, and then I want to make sure that I'm not accidentally making change to a cluster where I shouldn't have access to, what would be the right place where I could read more up on this?
I think we have kind of only, like a dry documentation about projects. It's not the best way. It doesn't explain what, it only explains how. It kind of assumes people know what they're asking about, and yeah, and the best thing I can promise a blog, which is work in progress. I saw that same question many times, and that inspired me to start writing like a document that is just explaining how you can do, and bunch of links to that documentation. But I don't know if we really have a good high-level description of how multi-tenancy done in Argo CD. And I don't know, Jan, have you seen anything like that in our documentation? I mean, do you agree with
that? But that reminds me that I wanted to push the new documentation.
Yeah.
But I think there's in the new layout or in the new content, there's something about that explained.
Yeah.
So
I think,
and if not, it will have a structure where people can actually contribute this knowledge. So
but I've got this impression that we don't have right now. We have documentation about the feature. We have definition of what project is, and we describe what fields does it have. I don't think we have introduction for this feature, like why it exists, and we don't have words which says if you have a team, then model your use projects to separate
right.
Things like,
we do not have some best practices or something like that. That's true.
Yeah.
That's also why people do assume that there is no multi-tenancy in Argo CD. Yeah, right. Because I have seen blog posts and stuff like that actually talk about that Argo CD is not able for multi-tenancy. So, and this is a documentation problem. So
I'm pretty sure I will be able to share my blog this weekend. Yeah, so it will improve a little bit. I've seen even more. I've seen that someone offered money for like a consultancy work. And he was asking about projects. He was asking, okay, how do I configure multi-tenancy in Argo CD? If you if you know how to do it, let me know. And he was proposing to pay for hours of cost.
Have you seized the opportunity for some extra money?
Thank you.
Cool. I have something to bring up real quick. Sorry, I was a little bit late to the meeting. I don't know if people saw the issue that I filed against Argo CD and workflows, I think it was 2 days ago, but just discussing a browser support policy for the UI, right? So what browsers do we officially want to support, and what versions of said browsers do we want to support? So just wanted to bring it up. So if you could like take a look at it and chime in with your opinion, I think it'd be really useful to get something official. That way, when you're testing the UI or you want to use some new feature of a browser, you can go to the MDN or can I use and actually know whether or not you can actually use that feature.
I have a question about this. I mean, I have not seen people have issues with browser incompatibility using our products. I wondered if anybody else had that issue.
I can recall only one such issue. But I noticed it because we never seen this before, and then someone filed an issue in Argo CD that something was not working in Firefox, and then it got fixed. So, but that was literally happened once.
Yeah, as a Firefox user myself, I sometimes notice that there is a very high CPU consumption when I have an Argo CD application opened. But I have not filed a bug yet.
And it's higher than Chrome. Is it?
Being no Chrome user, I have no comparison.
Okay.
But it eats up complete CPU. So I notice it when my fans go off. So.
Yeah, I feel like, Daniel, I guess maybe we don't spend a lot of attention to browser compatibility problem because we didn't heard from people. Like people didn't complain about it yet. And Chrome made it easier. Like everything is now migrating to Chromium. And I feel like we always just assume that if it works in Chrome, should work everywhere else.
Yep. I mean, I can give you a concrete example. I would be surprised if it even works, but for example, Internet Explorer 11, we don't have an official stance there. So say if we wanted to start using CSS Grid, this is specifically for workflows, there's some alignment issues I noticed, and I was going to try using CSS Grid to fix those, but it's not supported in IE 11. So the question was, well, can I actually even use this feature, or do we need to keep using, the existing approach?
Now I understand that.
Yeah, so it's not only for consumers, it's also for contributors to, look at something they want to use and also go, can I actually use this?
I understood. I think now I understand motivation better. Like even, so either one of us could have this question, like, can I start using this new feature? Yeah, or not? And I guess we need to ask someone like Henrik. I think we just need to know like how many, somehow we need to collect information about what kind of browsers people are using. And I guess we just need to look for people who use browsers like Internet Explorer 11, like something very old.
Yeah, and I think there are two different questions or two different things to consider. One is, am I breaking something that's working, which is a lot worse, versus adding a new feature that's using a new capability that might not work on an older browser. I'm less concerned about the latter. I mean, adding a new feature, we shouldn't slow down velocity because someone might be in an older browser. I mean, eventually they will upgrade. If they need a new feature, they can upgrade. I don't think that's a big problem. And it sounds like we don't really have an issue with things breaking in older browsers. Like no one's really reported anything. So, I mean, we can. I don't want to add more process and testing if we don't have to. Do we need to come up with some recommendations on just something written on that we can use new features when they come out, or are we?
I feel like
it seems like it kind of works as it is. I'm not sure what if it is a big problem that we need to write something down. If we can just discuss it here.
I guess maybe the simplest thing we could do if we just say we assume you use latest Chrome or Safari, latest stable version of Chrome and Firefox, and then everyone, like all developers, will be happy because that would mean go ahead, use most recent features. But maybe what if we simply add one more question about browser in next user survey and get some data about some answers from users, and if everyone replies we don't use old browser, we upgrade often, question will be answered.
Yeah, or there can be a caveat when you do a new release, if there are new features, it could be a caveat that new features might only work with the latest versions of the browser. If we say that we assume you use the latest browser, then that could potentially be the breakage part included in that. But I think maybe just a small caveat that new features might require the latest browser, something like that, then I think we should be in good shape.
Okay, yeah, and basically I take it as, yeah, unless you're changing something existing, don't even assume you can use latest feature. But if, let's say, if you're trying to redesign, in Argo CD case, if we're redesigning application details page, something which everyone uses, then we should be a little more careful. But the good thing is we don't redesign it very often, and it's kind of stable. Okay. Right. Anything else?
So I want to see who wants to volunteer for the next week's moderator.
And I've totally forgot. Yeah, I keep forgetting about the meeting. I think we're supposed to ask for your feedback, William. Like, how did it go last week? And
so it went pretty well. So last couple of days actually it was there's a few questions I actually haven't get a chance to do research on, and I did ask someone to the chairman. I did ask Jan, maybe you can. Probably take me significant longer to come up with to the research. Yes, but overall, there've been a few questions. Most of them, straightforward. I think I would say most. And then there's one I I think someone's looking for an example for the vault integration. I haven't really got a chance to take up, and I did post for the question to the dev, but I guess it's still on me trying to. It happened to me that we also have to do something similar. So similar research in Red Hat, so I'll follow up with that. But yeah, overall, it was a few questions, quite a few questions, and yeah, I think it's not that quiet. There was some, a few folks using the discussion to get stuff answered.
Yeah, good to hear. It's popular.
Yep.
Okay. And you're right. We need a volunteer for the next week. And anyone willing to spend next week in that discussion?
This is Jonathan. I can handle next week.
Awesome. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Awesome. Thanks.
Thanks.
Leaving your name in our document. Okay, we have 10 minutes left, so I guess we can go grab coffee before joining the next meeting. Right. Thanks, everyone.
Awesome.
Thanks,
everyone. Thanks, Alex, for hosting.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.